There's still 3 wide. He's got him. He's got him. Oh, there we go.
Keep your foot in it.
Keep your foot in it.
Still
Keep your foot in it. Ah!
Pow.
How'd they go to all missing?
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Hey, can we say it?
Give us a chance.
Have you ever?
No, I have
Never.
Worked out for the Busch brothers. They're side by side for second behind Brad Keselowski. Whoa, Kurt way up the racetrack.
Not good.
About to get crowded.
Not good.
Oh, he's coming to pit road 24. I think he. Oh,
trouble.
Crash.
Run behind him.
Matt.
Kenseth, Tony Stewart, Casey Kane,
Wreck in front of me.
all torn up.
I think the 24 was thinking to come to pit road right there. When he slowed down, it just stacked them all up.
Guys, a little bit. Tony Stewart, we need to see, make sure he's okay here, because that was a pretty hard lick. He got hit the wall and got hit pretty hard there, so we need to get him out of this car.
Stewart,
good for him.
Watch the 24, right side of your screen on the inside.
Starts to wall up here. Looks to me like he's thinking about coming to pit road.
Yep.
Miraculously, he didn't get hit, but further back.
Was there contact between Trevor Bayne and Matt Kenseth? That's the question.
Yeah, he did get a little bit of damage on the right rear quarter.
See the 5 car that really hit Tony Stewart in the left front there. That's what had me a little worried. But
yeah.
Tony jumped right out of that car. He was fine.
Guys,
what about poor old Matt Kenseth?
Riding with Harvick.
Rolling on the bottom. Watch ahead here. Still rolling. All stay. Watch it. It's easy.
I'm almost
My
wondering,
goodness.
Come on.
Either Matt Kenseth snapped loose or he got a bump from
The old gray mare on the inside. It's Earnhardt all the way to the bottom. And he gets away with it.
Great move.
Hard start beating.
He's still got to go by there.
Oh, no way. Oh, man. There's a bunch of cars in trouble. Bobby Labonte hit right at the flag stand.
So does Lake Speed. There are 5. Make that 4. Track. Waldron, take a look here.
You see Darrell on the outside there. They start down the back straightaway. Here comes Earnhardt. On the bottom side, makes it 3 wide. Darrell gets ahead of the 24 car, Jeff Gordon. He and Earnhardt go into turn 3 here, side by side. You see Earnhardt starting to drift up right there. He's loose big time. Watch his car right here. Coming off the corner. You see it turn sideways. He gets into Darrell Waltrip. Both of them get into the wall. Boy, Jeff Bodine just barely got by there.
And there's Robert Presley just sneaking through in the green car. And here's Earnhardt limping along. We've not yet seen how Bobby Labonte and Lake Speed got involved. Here's another angle. Give Terry Labonte a call too. Boy, Presley, Rusty Wallace following him through. Not much room to go there, but they made it through.
And the yellow caution comes out. A car spinning way up in the 4th turn. And that's Kyle Petty. Kyle Petty. It looked like Richard also was involved in that situation. So the family Petty bring out the caution. There's Richard.
Doesn't appear to be any damage on Richard's car. I think he just simply spun to avoid. We see some right on the bottom of the front skirt, but
heavy damage to Kyle Petty's car. The whole front end bashed in, and the caution comes out. The crowd cheers as Richard gets underway, but Kyle Petty still sitting in the car. 4 laps complete. Kyle Petty's car. Benny, here's the situation.
we see Kyle Petty. He's already sideways and already hit the outside retaining wall, so we really can't see what happened to start the crash. Ugh, terrible looking crash in front of the car.
Running down the backstretch.
Going down the back straightaway, going in turn 3. And then all of a sudden, it's like he got tapped, and he corrects the car, and the camera goes away with that heavy blow.
You can see the car hit so hard that the camera damaged as well.
When you see it come back to the right and just head towards the wall, that's a...
Kyle just hauls it off the corner. He's got the inside.
I'll tell you what.
He's up to Earnhardt's bumper. Earnhardt takes it.
They're on the racing service down on the outlet part of the racetrack. Look out.
And here it goes. And it's Kyle Petty.
Kyle Petty coming to the checkered flag. Here comes Davey Allison to the bottom. It'll be the finish everybody was waiting for. They crashed past the finish line. They have crashed into turn number 1. And Davey Allison is in a shower of sparks.
He won the race, but he sure paid the price for it.
What a finish, Mike. I'm telling you. The lead swapped 3 times on the last quarter mile of the racetrack.
Unbelievable. Finally get out of it. Here's the finish.
Kyle Petty coming to the line. They get together right there.
Ooh. And it's not over yet.
Oh, he hit hard.
Sam, the driver's side, if they're pretty good against the door. They might just be taking precaution. Davey's ribs have been bothering a good little bit anyway. They might just be really careful getting him out.
I noticed something there. He released
His first segment.
You just can't get off the bottom over there off turn 2. You've got to have that outside, and that's going to be big on these restarts.
Who's going to bank $75,000 here?
Oh, got a car around, several of them.
Kevin Harvick, this is the big one, boys. We have it here every year.
Got a whole
Looks like about 10 cars involved.
Casey Kane, Tony Stewart, Carl Edwards.
Michael.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. went through the grass and might have missed it. Kevin Harvick hit the wall.
Here we come. Somebody gets loose back in here. Yikes.
Joe Nemechek in the 01 car.
Was it from contact from Stewart?
Somebody got into the back of somebody. We got to look at it again. Somebody poked somebody coming out of 4 right there and turned them.
Well, either Nemechek got loose and lost his momentum, or
is that Tony behind him?
hard from that angle to tell which came first.
And then Joe goes down and gets in the quarter panel, right rear quarter panel of Kevin Harvick. Not of Joe's fault, though. There was nothing he could do, Matt.
And we caught up with Kevin Harvick. Kevin, a lot of frustration boiling over.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Joe Nemechek's supposed to be the guy that never does nothing. Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Walking by, and obviously, I'm tired of Joe Nemechek, you know, acting like he doesn't do nothing. And it may not have been his fault, but after Daytona and I should be fired and all that, he can take that and show it where the sun don't shine, baby.
Leader at the end of the first segment.
Yeah, he got messed up over there off of turn 2 when somebody wadded up in front of him. He had to really take evasive action. Cost him a bunch of spots.
The car that was coming at the time of the flag, Jimmy Johnson.
There
trouble,
hard in the
guys.
outside wall.
Man.
Kane and Martin.
And here they are, all cut. This is the big one we have in the All-Star race.
Tony Stewart.
Stewart had it missed, and Jeremy Mayfield came across track into him.
He gets loose. He gets pushing up here off of turn 2, and he gets into Mark. And you see him, he gets loose right there, and here he comes into Mark, and they both go in the wall. And
nowhere for Mark to go, and they start stacking up behind him. You see Biffle and Kyle Busch getting together. There you see McMurray and Mayfield.
Tony had it missed and got tagged.
Yeah, he got hit from behind by Jeremy Mayfield. And he got hit really hard.
PW, watching this right here reminds me of the wreck you had with Dale Earnhardt in '95. Kind of got pinched up an outside wall. You know how hard that impact is.
Oh yeah, that hurts. And we didn't have safer barriers then. That helps a little bit, but still, it's a hard hit for a bunch of those guys.
Did you see how close Matt Kenseth and Jeff Gordon almost
just
got into that?
Wiggled through.
Here's Matt.
Mike Casey's going to take the car to the garage. They have a hole in the radiator. The water was already up to 250. Yes, I'm going to tell you exactly what he said. Basically, that was simply the car was in the racetrack, and then it wasn't. I had absolutely no grip, and away it went.
Well, we talked about it all night. I mean, from the get-go. These restarts were going to be treacherous. Oh, my gosh. That makes all my ribs hurt.
And when that happens with the front row, this is the results.
See Greg Biffle down there, Larry. He's sliding through. I know he got hit. I don't know how much.
Got a lot of damage on the right front.
3 of the Roush cars involved.
Anyway, it should.
It's got to pass one more car.
And Dale Jarrett not going to be easy to pass with 1 lap to go.
Oh, gosh, here we go. More trouble, guys. Tony Stewart's up in that.
Elliott Stewart.
Took them all.
Terry Labonte.
Took them all out.
Dale Jarrett.
Junior's in it. Tony Stewart got in it.
And Mark Martin.
Now they're coming for the caution, and this will be lap 70. This should be the end of this segment.
Here we go. We're going down here now. Somebody up here just all of a sudden. Tony got in the back of Terry Labonte. Yeah.
And then they just stacked up behind him.
Right. Tony tried to go under Terry Labonte and couldn't make it. I saw Mark Martin. I saw the white car take a dive, but it was because of the wreck in front of him. There's Bill.
Well, at first it looks like Stewart's going to try to go 3 wide. He thinks better of it.
Yeah.
And then still coming on the bottom.
Boy, look at Jeff Gordon all the way down on the apron. He's going to come across and finish 9th in that segment.
And you know why he could do that?
Fresh tires.
You got it.
Jeff Gordon, Sterling Marlin, Jeff Burton, and Ricky Rudd all escaped that going down to the apron.
And it just shows you how quickly it can change, because a minute ago we were saying Jeff Gordon's out of it. He can't even make this transfer.
And you know what? Right here, Tony Stewart, a miscue on that pit stop puts him back in the field. Otherwise, he'd probably be up there battling Kurt Busch for the win.
Yeah, I was concerned about that.
Now, Dale Jarrett was in the final transfer spot when all this happened. $1 million to win, and we're going to have $1 million jump.
He'd had to do a heck of a sell job on me to come in up there running in the top 5 this shorter race.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how did Earnhardt used to sell you on pitting?
He'd say, I'm in.
Oh, no. Trouble, man. Big trouble
At
down
least
there.
3 cars. And more.
Lots of trouble
Jeff
up there.
Gordon's involved.
Just look out, don't
Kevin
go on.
Harvick.
I couldn't tell what happened, but somebody got into the back of the 16 car and turned him.
I believe
Robbie
it was
Gordon,
Kurt
big
Busch, the
damage.
97 car.
And the first contact may have been between the Roush teammates, Busch and Biffle. Jeff Gordon torn up.
Bring it back to the garage, stall, Jeff. Bring it to the pit. Bring it to the pit, then.
Sterling Marlin, who transferred from the open. Biffle trying to get restarted. That's just out the exhaust pipe. Joe Nemechek.
Boy, we see that all too often for Joe. That car has just been in the wrong place at the wrong time so many times this year.
That's his second car of the weekend.
Flat tire and nose damage on Gordon. Well, let's see what happens.
Let's see here. It's a 16 car, and he gets turned.
That's his teammate Kurt Busch behind him in the 97 car that gets into the back of him. He goes down and collects Jimmy Johnson in the 48, and then it just starts stacking up behind him. Look at Brian Vickers in the 25, just getting by.
Well, it looked like Michael did a good job of squeezing through there. A number of guys did, but a number of guys didn't as well.
Boy, Darrell, about every 4 years we have an all-star race like this. It's like a full moon Saturday night.
You know, Mike, I kept saying, though, I had this feeling about tonight. I could just feel it in the air.
Watch this right here, guys. Right there just past the start-finish line. This is happening at over 180, almost 190 miles per hour.
Now, listen, that was totally uncalled for. And you can say, well, I was bump drafting, but you don't draft at Charlotte Motor Speedway going down into turn 1.
Schrader involved. Marlin wrecked.
Flag stop.
It looks like the 9 and the 19 were on the same strategy. They came in a lap apart. I don't see anything wrong with coming in now, getting yourself out of that wad of cars.
Oh, trouble back straightaway into turn 3. Marlin goes for a wild ride.
Here comes a couple more.
Rusty Wallace, Dale Jarrett, an 88 car.
Bobby Hamilton.
What I see is a lot of these cars are cars that pitted and they were back in the back of the pack. Pitted on that last caution.
All right, Sterling moving around in the car.
The car is taking a hard lick.
Dale Jarrett, okay. Rescue workers coming to his aid. Pit road is closed. Bobby Hamilton going to get close to the garage, but not there. Let's see what happened going down the backstretch toward turn 3.
Here's
Sterling's waving.
got his hand out the window.
He's got a problem of some kind.
Oh,
he was trying to let him know.
Ward Burton just got into the back of him. He couldn't. Here comes Dale Jarrett.
Nowhere for
55.
Bobby Hamilton to go into 55.
Rusty got into the back of DJ.
And Dale Earnhardt Jr. in an 8 car down on the apron, he escapes another.
I'm telling you. There goes Park.
Darrell, when it happens that fast, what can you do?
Not a whole lot you can do, but obviously Sterling had a problem. We see his hand out the window. Ooh. You got to remember something, folks. You're doing over 180 mile an hour. That's a hard lick. You're doing 180 mile an hour down that back straightaway. When something like that happens, you just hang on.
You have so little time to react.
It's got to be, watch Sterling right here. Here he comes. Look, he got his hand out the window. See it right there? And he tries to get down out of the way, and Ward goes with him.
But you know, Darrell, he was waving to the left, and I think Ward thought, go to the left, and Sterling was saying, I'm going down.
No. That's, drivers don't do that. When he's pointing that way, he's going that way.
But that's appeared what Ward saw.
I think Ward had a run on him, and he just didn't see his hand out the window.
When Sterling first started to slow, he was kind of up high. Ward tried to drop under him. Sterling went that way.
I think Ward was kind of to the right of Sterling, and so when he started to move, they moved at the same time.
Yes.
And Ward never saw his hand out the window.
Meanwhile, Jarrett says, guys, keep it up.
Park, amazing. He's that fast. That car is so badly bent up.
This is big. This is a huge wreck. Oh, in comes Park. In comes Stewart. In comes Gordon. A major accident in the final segment of the Winston. Caution on the speedway. Here comes Nemechek's machine. All beaten up. Caution. And Dale Jarrett's big lead evaporates with the flicker of the yellow flag. There is no huge rush. Watch the upper part of your screen.
Looks like Nemechek got in the back of Steve Park as they headed in turn 1. Now they hit again. Steve Park hard into the outside wall, also Nemechek. It's not over yet. Tony Stewart goes down there. Jeff Gordon hard in the side of Tony Stewart.
There again, you see the hit, the second hit. There, Earnhardt and Ward Burton get by down low. Meanwhile, everybody just checking up.
Boy, have we wrecked some cars tonight.
You're talking exactly right. There goes Nemechek into Park. Watch Park's hit. One right there, and that's a mean one, too.
That's pretty mean right there as the 3 of them get together. Jeff Gordon was hard on the brake, but he couldn't slow up. He got right in the side of Tony Stewart. Drives